Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Bonnidette Lantz, and I am the author of Positive Thinking Toolbox.com. And today we are talking with Suzie Cheel from SuzieCheel.com. And I've asked her to do an interview with us because she was nominated for one of our most positive websites this month. And I think she has quite a bit to share with our readers. And so, Suzie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I'm Suzie Cheel, and as Bonnidette says, from SuzieCheel.com. And I'm a what I call an inspirational change expert. I'm also sometimes known as the Abundance Queen. I'm an artist and an author, as well as a law of attraction facilitator and coach. And I love blogging, I suppose, is one of the other things, which is how I first got into this world that I'm talking with you, because it's through your blog and my blog that we've actually met. I live in what I call paradise on the Gold Coast of Australia with my soulmate and best friend, Des Walsh. And most days I walk on the beach in the morning and swim in the sea and start the day in a very positive way. Only this morning I hear it's bucketing down with rain and it's been very windy. So I've had a slower start to the day, and I've done things like Qigong and I paint now first thing in the morning. So that's what I do when I start my day, to start in a positive way as well.
That's fantastic. Um, Thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview with us. I know my readers are going to be very excited about what you have to say. So, if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and start. And here's the thing, when I was reading your blog, every day you have something positive and inspiring to share with our readers, your readers. And I just was wondering if you could share with us what was your inspiration for starting this blog and why you wanted to share this positivity with other people.
Why? It's interesting. I might just go back a step onto when I first started a blog. The blog that you first found me on, which is the Abundance Highway,
Abundance Highway.
which I called A Journey to Freedom. And that started out after really wondering what blogging was all about. And I think I first started that blog back in 2008. And so it started off by I believe that if we share everything that is positive in our lives, but I also share other experiences when things aren't so good and working in that, so that people know that there's a real person there. And I think what a blog for me was, when I first heard about blogs, I was not interested. You can ask my other half about that, because he was known when he first started as a blogging evangelist, and I used to switch off thinking, oh, I'll never do that. Then I became quite passionate about blogging. I've been to Blog World. I'm at the moment, why you're seeing the daily post is I'm part of an ultimate blog challenge, because I felt I'd let my blog slip a bit, and it just seemed to be a good way to meet new people and to actually get back into the daily practice of blogging. Whether I continue on 7 days a week after this, probably not, but I want to go back to a regular sort of 3 days a week, so my readers know what's going to be happening.
Very good, very good. Um, there's something specific I want to ask you about that is featured on your blog, and that is your Change Warrior project. I've read a little bit about it, and I've gotten really excited. And I know that you feature Kiva on there as well. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that and what started that. Tell us a little bit about it and how other people might be able to get involved with that.
Right, okay. Yeah, the Change Warrior Project is something that people can actually this week still access the video interviews that I've got there by going to changewarrior.com. It's quite a simple address. The Change Warrior series came out of some training I was doing last year with Christine Kane about finding out who your, what she calls peeps are. Who are the people that you want to work with? Who are the people that you want to attract to you, that you're going to be, that I'm going to be coaching and providing materials and programs for? And it's always that whole niche thing has been a bit of a stumbling block for me because I have such a wide range of interests. So it was actually through doing her exercise and walking on the beach one morning, which is where we tend to get most of my best ideas anyway, come on the beach walking, and it seems to be the place that for me is most inspirational. And we came up with this name. I was talking about, it's about people who are stuck and things. And we came up with the idea of a change warrior and somebody who's a change warrior in hiding. And why I came up with that idea was because over the last few years, I've been a bit stuck about where I've been going. So it seemed what I've done is develop sort of like a coaching program that what I call takes people from stuck to stardom. How I see the change warrior is, and I've started off with 11 women change warriors, and they're women who inspired me because I've seen the change that they've made in their life, and through those changes they create a ripple effect of change and they make a difference in the world. And one of my passions for many years is to have written on my tombstone, Suzie inspired many other people and made a difference to the lives of thousands of people in the world. I've been writing that for probably the last 20 or 20 years. So making a difference is really important. And so I chose the initial start of this project I see is it's had a few teething problems, as all new things do, but I see it as being ongoing. It's going to be change warrior men, change warrior maybe teenagers, kids who do things, spiritual people, maybe, motivational. I haven't formulated all at the moment because at the moment I'm still pulling together the one that's just completed. So at the moment there's still access to the videos, but what I will be doing is turning that into a product that people can buy to get the video. They can have the videos, the MP3s, and there's also going to be transcription and a book. And how people can get involved is next month I'll be featuring each person on my blog on suziecheel.com, and there'll be the snippets that I gained from those people and what other people have fed back to me. And the other way that people can get involved is, you mentioned Kiva.
Yes.
I'm passionate about Kiva and micro credit because with a little money we can empower so many people. So for $25 people donate to Kiva, and that goes towards one. It might be a project in Africa or a project in Asia, somewhere else, usually it can be a group of women. So far I've probably made about 9 or 10 loans. What happens is the loan goes out and then the person pays it back, and then you can reloan that to another thing. And I have a goal that by Women's Day 2012 to have 1,000 Change Warrior Kiva members, and through that we will have impacted, that'll be $25,000. That is a lot of loans that can go out and come back and really make a difference in the world. And I was first influenced by this from Muhammad Yunus, who set up the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. And I read the book, Banker to the Poor. And when I found out about Kiva, I've been a member for quite a long while, I just thought this is one thing that can really make a difference in the world.
Yes, I learned about Kiva for the first time on your blog, and I was just fascinated and completely inspired by it. What a great way to help other people help themselves.
Oh,
So many
yeah.
people who just want to reach out and they just need a little step up, and Kiva offers that opportunity, like you said, by offering these loans so that people can start their own businesses or expand their businesses. So I want to thank you for introducing me to Kiva.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I was quite surprised. Even some of the people I was interviewing hadn't heard of Kiva, and I suppose because I've written about it on the Abundance Highway, and I'll probably be writing about it every month now. That Yeah, so it's wonderful that there's another way that just by mentioning something, other people can get involved and create a change.
Yes, very exciting. Thank you. If you will, I would like to move on. There's something I noticed on your blog is that you are a certified facilitator for the Law of Attraction training program. And I was wondering if you could tell us how you got started being a facilitator and why someone might want to get involved in that and learn about the Law of Attraction. Because as you know, the Law of Attraction is just a fantastic source, and it's something that I talk about on my website as well. So I'd like to get your view on it.
How I became a facilitator is I actually used the law of attraction to become a facilitator. I'll send you the link to where the story is. It's actually on the Abundance Highway. I have an interesting story. One day in a Reiki class here on the Gold Coast, somebody gave me a little piece of green paper. And I just thought, oh, really interesting. And it was by a guy called Michael Lozier, had just been in Australia and they'd been to a talk. And I put it away, and then I found it again, and I went, Googled it, and I found Michael's website. And I discovered this came from a book called the Law of Attraction book, How to Get More of What You Want and Less of What You Don't. And he wrote this before The Secret. It's now in 26 languages and things. But what I did was I went on a call with him one New Year, and I got to talk to Michael, and I won a prize which they sent to Australia. When I first looked at it, I couldn't get the book here in Australia, so I think I got it when we were in America, when we went to Blog World. And from that, Michael came to Australia, and I went to Brisbane for his, I think it was an afternoon seminar, just a 3-hour seminar, and he talked about wanting to train other people to do the work that he was doing. And I thought, oh, that could be really interesting. And then I thought, no, Vancouver's too far away. And I think I talked to Michael about it and things like that. And I put it on the back burner. And then I thought, well, maybe. So what I did was I thought, well, let's try the law of attraction. So I sold some artwork. We sold some domains. I did whatever else. And I went to Vancouver and I did the very first training in June 2008 with Michael. So Michael now has trained, I think, over 100 Law of Attraction facilitators to take his particular message to the world. Why I was drawn to Michael, I find there's a lot of confusion with the Law of Attraction. I find there's a lot of people have so many rules around the Law of Attraction. And what I loved about Michael's was he had 3 simple steps, and he trained us in how to do that, and I found that it's been very effective in my life, and I've been able to empower other people with it. And the book is available through Amazon, and in Australia people can get the book from me through my website. And it's a very simple book, and it's a handbook. It's something that you can apply every day to your life. And Michael is one of my mentors. I have a business. He provides a business coaching call every month. So what I love about him, he is so generous in what he does and in the way that he lives his life. And people can actually listen to interviews that I've actually done with him that are on my YouTube site and on my website. And he's also going to be part of something that I'm going to be launching probably in late June, is a Law of Attraction online magazine. So that's how I became involved with it. And what I've done is I've seen a lot of people don't know about Michael because he wasn't in The Secret. He actually chose not to be in The Secret, so he's not one of the big names that's out there, but he has a wonderful following on Facebook now, and he provides an inner circle membership. He also, through his fan page, provides a lot of free resources, Law of Attraction resources for people. So as you might gather, I'm a bit of a fan.
I
And you
see that.
still can do his training. And at the moment, it's even better than when I did it, because I did quite a training with large people. You can be trained now by Michael in Vancouver. You can be one of 6 people in his amazing penthouse that looks over, I think, Victoria Harbour. So almost like one-on-one training would be magical.
Wow, that does sound magical.
And for people who live near Australia, he does a training once a year in Malaysia towards the end of the year, October, November.
Well, while we're talking about Michael and the book that uh, he wrote and how inspiring it was for you, I always like to ask people if there was one book that really resonated with them. And I know this book, The Law of Attraction, has been one of them. And I know that you've written a book, Emergings, a meditation on the emotions of change. And I wanted 2 things. One, I wanted you to be able to tell us a little bit about your book. And then if you could share with us one book, I know for me, for instance, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I read it when I was 19. And I think for me, that was the turning point when I first started to realize that there was something more. And I was wondering if there was a book like that for you.
It's probably 2 books like that for me that long while ago, 70s, 80s, long while. One was Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain, and the other one is You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. They were my first. I still have the Shakti Gawain book, and I've just connected with Shakti Gawain on Facebook. And the other book fell apart. You Can Heal Your Life fell apart, so I had to buy another copy. So they were the turning points for me. Since then, there have been other books that have impacted on my life, and I have a lot of them. Today I'm reviewing one called Emotional Balance that has had a big impact on my life, and that came from interviewing the author. So I've since then read the book. So my
Fantastic.
book
Yes,
Emergings.
please.
My book Emergings. I listened to Jack Canfield the other day, and he said, if you've got a book and you're not promoting it, get out there and do it, because this is a book that's sitting on Amazon and sitting here in my house, and I haven't been promoting it, but I'm about to. Emergings was written 20 odd years ago at a time of great change. I was a head teacher in TAFE, training what was called childcare workers, people who work in kindergartens and early childcare centres. I didn't get the job. I'd been acting in for 2 years, but I had applied to do this course in what was then called social communication, which is now social ecology. I was going to use it for leadership. So I decided to keep doing the course, and I'd been a weaver, I'd always done craft things and things like that. And I thought, right, this is the time. I just started painting on fabric. So I set up a business called Suzie Cheel, had my first exhibition. I wasn't game to use my name then, which went on to become Suzie Cheel Hand Painted Originals. This book was written at a time I was about to leave the safe, secure employment and venture out to be an artist. With a loo, throwaway, holidays, all of that sort of thing, all the safe, secure things. And I had to do my final project for this postgraduate course, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And my tutor said, just write on the paper, it's not ending now. I wrote then the poem Emergings. I have never changed the words of it or anything. I feel it was something that was maybe inspired from within. I don't know. And it sat on the shelf. And I've got all the original watercolour paintings. It was done on an old typewriter. There were no computers back then. And then back in 2008, I joined something called the Boundless Living Challenge that Bob Doyle set up. And he wanted us to have a goal to do something in 45 days. And, I had ideas of what I was going to do with my Law of Attraction business. And he said, if you've got something on the shelf that maybe you've thought about getting published. So that's what I did. I first got the book. I set myself a goal to launch it at Blog World in 2008, and Liz Strauss from Successful Blog launched the book, and I did it then through Blurb. There wasn't quite as many options as there are now, and that was very much more an art form book and not as accessible to people because it was, $40 odd or something, because um, it's a more exclusive publication, I think, through Blue. And then what I've done this year, I have finally had it printed, published through Create Space. It is on Amazon. If I had a copy, I should have a copy here, shouldn't I? Hold up a copy of the book. And people can get more details about it on theemergingsbook.com. And there's also now a video of the movie and a video of the book that people can see. There's a trailer. And I give away, when people subscribe from my blog, I give away an MP3 of me reading the...
Very cool.
But it's about change. It's all the different emotions that we go through when we are faced with change.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, and to know that it's a journey that doesn't end. We get to one point and it comes back again.
I want to first thank you again for doing the interview, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to share with our readers anything that you wanted to share. If you had any tips for living more positively, if you have any final words, or if you had any other tools that you think might be helpful or useful for them.
All right. Okay. Well, one of the things to do, and I always think most days I wake up happy, and I think it's really important what we do first thing in the morning. So one of the things for me is, until recently, I would get up, meditate, and then go to the beach and walk and swim and all those things that what I call raise my vibes. Now I'm getting up and painting, and it's different meditation, and I still do other meditations. But I think how we start our day is really important, and so often we don't recognize the abundance that we have in our lives. We don't always see that we already are abundant and that we already have so much. And one of the things that I'm just about to do is I'm just about to put a series of free videos. It'll be called Manifesting Abundance, and there'll be five videos that will give you a tip each day as to what you can do. So if people watch my blog, at the moment people can go to my blog and get a free ebook that I have called Attracting Abundance. And the other place to connect with me is on Facebook. And I'm building what I'm calling there, I'll probably end up calling it the Change Warrior Community or Tribe at Facebook. And if they just type in Suzie Cheel, you'll find me. So they're the main ways sort of to connect with me. But it's that thing about living in abundance and being responsible for what you think and what you do. Because what we think up here often reflects back to us. So if we aren't putting out positive, happy thoughts, and we're not being really positive about how we do things each day, or we're complaining or something like that, that reflects back. It's a bit like a mirror reflecting back to us. And if anybody's not sure about that, just ask me, because I know what happens when I lose my cool or I blame somebody else for something, and we're not all perfect. So that would be that's my main thing, is really watch how you start your day.
Great tip. Thank you very much. I cannot wait to share this interview with my readers. I know they're going to be so excited to hear what you had to say today.
Oh, thank you. It's been great. It's been wonderful to meet you, and thank you so much for nominating my blog. I think it's great what you're doing.
Well, thank you, and I think it's great what you're doing too. And it was my honor to have your blog be featured on our Positive websites. It really, really was, because I think what you're doing is amazing, and I think that you're teaching, reaching out to a lot of people, and that's very important that we do that. And I'm just very touched and inspired by the work you do, and I just again wanted to say thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. That makes my heart sing. So that's another wonderful way that I'm starting my day today. So, and can I just say, so often we don't tell people that. We don't, we all love to hear things that do make our hearts sing. And like you were saying today, oh, you've been reading my blog. And that's the one thing I'd say to people, don't get discouraged if you're putting all of this stuff out there and you think nobody's noticing. There's a lot of people who do.
Well, thank you again, and have a great rest of your day.
I will. And thank you too.
All right. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.